Hello, and thank you for participating in our Shop Local Now podcast. I'm your host, Carrie Anne Stephenson. I am thrilled to interview Clayton Masur from Cam Clark Ford in Red Deer, Alberta. Hello, Clayton.
Hi there, Carrie. How are you today?
I'm amazing. How are you?
Glad to be here.
So at Cam Clark Ford in Red Deer, I'd love to hear all the improvements of Ford engineering.
Well, mainly some of the huge advancements in the Ford engineering aspect would be obviously the EcoBoost technology, which we've had out since 2011. Idea there is basically you're getting, the performance of a V8 engine with the economy of a V6. Been very popular and a fun to drive feel, which people have really loved. Now that they also see the longevity of that engine, being that it's already been out for 5 years, people are definitely starting to dive headfirst into that engine, as well as some of the newer technology that they've actually put out with the what we would call MyFord Touch, or the touchscreen aspect with your voice activation controls. Ford has actually went ahead and advanced that severely this year and went to a BlackBerry-based program, which is a little bit smoother, a little bit faster. Main thing there is that it is going to incorporate a lot of the new technology like Apple CarPlay, Android CarPlay, where generally speaking you can have what your iPhone or your Android will look like exactly on the screen. So it kind of just eliminates that confusion of mainly just having a different screen with every aspect. You want to just kind of go with what you know, like your phone. So those are some of the main advancements that I've seen Ford come out with, as well as some of the new technology and their new RS. They're definitely getting into more of the all-around market for a global platform for their cars, making sure that they're basically the same across the world, which is going to make it easier, more cost-effective to fix, and all around just a better customer experience.
Amazing, amazing, and that's really good to be able to have the simplicity of it, and being able to have, the same image on your phone as on your car, and for you to be able to focus on, like you're driving and not, being so distracted.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like that's the main concept there, is that basically you're just getting used to a main platform. And you're not ever having to switch back and forth from like your iPhone, right? Especially for the people that are a little bit older, just grasping the technology, it makes it just so much easier to transition once you already learn the iPhone, to go ahead and then basically, transition that right into your vehicle.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful. So for any new customers, what would you give any advice for purchasing Cam Clark Ford?
Well, the main thing I would give as a purchasing advice is make sure that you take the time to come down to the dealership and actually take time to sit down and sit with a sales representative. I truly believe that a lot of people do a lot of research online, which is absolutely great, and we love that. But coming in and actually having, the face-to-face experience, getting in one and driving one, is going to make sure that you leave with the right vehicle. I guess one of the main things too is, don't be driven to something that's not going to work for your lifestyle. Also, one of the main things when you're looking at, one big tip I could give you is, if you are looking at a vehicle, make sure you kind of take a look at, how the interest is going to affect your loan, whether that might actually look better at maybe looking at a new. We do have people come in, generally speaking, looking always at the used, where lately Ford has come up with some great incentives, great interest rates, as well as the leasing has come back very aggressively. And it does make a little bit more sense nowadays to actually go with the new one, compared to the payments right now with the market with the US right now that we're kind of dealing with in the downturn. But Ford has really stepped up on that end, as well as Cam Clark is going above and beyond, making sure that we offer, extra incentives, anything we can to make sure that we help out the clientele that's going through this rust patch in Alberta with us.
Great, great, really wonderful. And because you are in Alberta, you obviously have a lot of really good charities and relief funds and such to support. Tell me about those.
Yeah, Carrie, the good thing is this is a great time to actually talk about this, mainly because we all know that we just had the horrific events in Fort McMurray, where actually Ford Motor Company did something great. They stepped up and they actually ate, 3 months worth of payments with anybody that lived in Fort McMurray, as well as Ford Motor Company said that they would match any kind of donation, as well from any kind of dealership. As well, Cam Clark, on top of that himself, he went and said anybody that would donate within the Cam Clark Ford group, he would double as well. So realistically, we got very involved with the Ford McMurray relief. We sent up, bottles of water. We sent up a large cash sum, as well as Cam Clark himself did match that amount in full, which I believe we reached, close to $20,000.
Amazing.
As well, Ford also does what's called the Drive One for Your Community events, which is generally speaking, take a test drive in a Ford, help out your community, whether it's a local ringette team, whether it's a, an agricultural fund, whether it's the Ford McMurray Relief. They basically had one this year where they generally only do it for $10 for every test drive, but they bumped it up to $10 for the which was the Air Cadets in Springbrook. and they also stepped up $10 for everyone for the Ford McMurray Relief. So Cam Clark Ford as well as Ford Motor Company are definitely involved with the community in every which way they can, and it's definitely a proud pride point to be a part of the Ford family, especially the Cam Clark.
Great. And I guess one of the major questions is to be a part of the Cam Clark family and community and everything. Why should I choose Cam Clark Ford as the dealership to purchase my new vehicle?
Well, I think the answer is very simple. I think you're just going to come in and you're not going to feel uncomfortable. You're not going to feel pressured. That's the main thing I realize when you walk in the door at certain places. You do feel a little pressured. You know, there's a bunch of people kind of running after you. Mainly what we want to do is we want to make sure we talk to you, we greet you, we talk to you within, 5 minutes of the entry. Make sure that you feel welcome. Make sure you feel like family. You know, when you walk in the door of your house and somebody doesn't say hello, it feels awkward, right? So when you walk in, doesn't matter if your service, doesn't matter if anything like that, you're going to get said to hello by anybody. And to me, that gives a comfortable feeling. It makes you feel wanted. It makes you feel, acknowledged is really the word. People love to be acknowledged, and they don't like to be left out in the dark. So on top of that, the pricing, obviously, we guarantee the best price. That's one of the main things. But what we believe is we can sell you on the service. We can sell you on the quality of service that we're going to provide you, as well as the best price. And I feel in the end, you're just going to leave with a smile on your face and a nice low payment.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for all this information. It's really great. Any new promotions that you're working on right now?
Well, actually, yeah. The one main promotion we do have is Cam Clark Ford is the home of the $750 referral. I want to be clear on the $750. This is not a Cam Clark Ford card. This is $750 check, so straight cash that you can use towards anything. A trip, birthday parties, anything like that. This month, we've actually went ahead and stepped that up, and we're going to double that until the end of June here. So June 30th, we're going to offer a $1,500 referral bonus, which, in our opinion, definitely is going to be one of the absolute top in the market, if not the top. But what we're doing is we're offering that to help people out. We understand that it's a little bit slower. We want to make sure that if you send someone in, we're going to look after you. We appreciate the referrals, and we always figured that there's no better advertising than word of mouth.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow, this is really, really great stuff. Thank you so much. So I guess last thing, I need you to plug your website, please.
Okay.
It's www.
Yeah, www.
Cam Clark Ford Red Deer.
No, just Cam Clark Ford.
Okay, Cam Clark Ford Red Deer, or camclarkford.com. And thank you so much, Clayton, for a wonderful interview.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And
pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you. And thank you for listening to Shop Local Now podcast. Make sure to check out Shop Local Now for all your local shopping needs.